A Yale professor of economics named Robert J. Shiller predicted that despite the current rise in home prices, the housing market could see big declines in the coming years. He mentions that even though the pandemic caused low interest rates, those rates are rising again and could continue to go up as time goes on. Plus, the surge in prices were due to the rise in remote work, people looking for better accommodations under those certain conditions, but as the world returns to normal, so could housing demand. So, as a real estate investor, where do I see the market going in the next 5 to 10 years? Now, let's start with a baseline premise that exists here. Whenever you have a macro event of this nature, you're gonna see it trickle down into the markets in terms of dips and increases and little things to get everything stabilized and correct. It's like, let's say you have your nieces and nephews over for the weekend. They're gonna trash your whole apartment. Then you're gonna have to clean up a little extra more than you did when it was just you living there keeping things relatively clean. The world operates in a similar way. There's gonna be a nuisance of a niece or a nephew. In this case, the pandemic that comes in and blows everything up and you have to clean up the mess. In between there's gonna be certain dynamics that exist. In this case, it is, let's say, metro flight, right? LA, New York, people were leaving because when you move to LA or you move to New York or you move to Miami, any of the gateway markets, what you move there for is not, you have to live somewhere, right? You pay high rent, right? You don't move there for the real estate. You move there for what surrounds the real estate, the culture, the opportunities, the businesses, everything that comes with the big city, with a big city. Now, when everything was shut down, you're looking around, wait a minute, I'm living in this little tiny box. I could be getting 3 times that by moving to Texas or Florida. So people did, because a lot of people didn't really know, look, the kids have their friends, but they can't go to school. What is there to lose? What's the downside? So they moved out. What happened then? Rent dropped in the big markets and housing prices went up. Pretty common sense, right? People have to live somewhere. If they move out of rental apartments to go buy something, it's gonna cause a dip in the rental market and it's gonna cause a surge in the housing market. Common sense. So you saw that. You saw a lot of houses going on the market, trading at above market value. Again, it's part of the correction. So will you see a correction? Absolutely, as things return to normal. And some of those people may return back, or if not, a younger generation of New Yorkers, of people going to LA and Hollywood, they will go out there. So again, it is just another one of those macroeconomic events that causes some sort of trickle-down effect, and this is one of them. Over a long period of time, just look at the chart. Things pretty much average out. Peaks and valleys, dips, highs and lows. It happens, another one of those. But overall, it's gonna grow like it always has. If you were to ask me, that's just my opinion.